Hello and welcome back to the Winning Agendas coverage of an Ikoria Lair of the Behemoths draft. My name's Jesse Marshall, and after a successful mutate-a-thon last game, let's hope that we can keep the mutate train going. So Glimmerbell and Facet Readers is looking like a very familiar opening hand, considering what we had last time, but we'll definitely keep this. Chittering Harvester, also a nice one. We have a companion on the other side of the battlefield. Oh, wow, they drafted the possibly pick one, pack one. I guess if you do take this, you can just tailor your deck around the old cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, and beast. It captures not everyone, but a really significant chunk of the non-human creatures in the set. Even things like Chittering Harvester and Nightmares. Unfortunately, the Glimmerbell is an elemental, so it does fit. Yeah, so not everyone, as I said, but there are a significant chunk of them that do fit within Kahira's creature types, and anytime you can make a companion work in this format is pretty cool, because an extra free card is good. They're a lot more likely to work in draft than in sealed, because in sealed you obviously have a lot less capacity to tailor your card pool around your companions. So I guess if you were going to try and bring the EDH mechanic or commander mechanic to regular Magic, that's about as good a way as any to go about trying to do it. So it's one between Glimmerbell and Facet Reader here. I think I'll put the Facet Reader down because I'm keen to start filtering away some of these excess lands potentially, because we are starting to look like we might get a little flooded. And being able to deal with that is always a nice thing to do. So they've got their own Glimmerbell. And we've got the Lore Drakkises, which is, as we saw last game, a nice mutate onto Glimmerbell. So we'll just have a loot straight away, give ourselves a bit more information, get rid of this island, and chuck out our Glimmerbell. So next turn, if we can draw into a instant or sorcery that we can either play or pitch with Facet Reader, then we should be able to get some nice value out of the Lore Drakkises mutation, assuming that they tap out here and give us a free shot at it. Okay, so we'll use the swamp because we have another swamp in hand in case we want to use it, but otherwise I'll go with the Lore Drakkises. All right, well, I'm very, very glad that we had this looter to help us get through this glut of mana. Lore Drakkises, no need to go ahead and play that this turn, so I think we'll just sit back and take the beats until we can get a bit more value out of the mutation. Next turn we might just go ahead and mutate the Chittering Harvester even, depending on what we see. So I think I'll block, if they've got a trick, they've got a trick, and better off blocking more damage than less. Cool, so it's just another bell that will glimmer. Alright, another Lore Drakkises. So we can make them start sacrificing a significant number of creatures over the next couple of turns using Chittering Harvester. So I'm just going to go ahead and mutate that here. They can sack one, and then next turn we can potentially make them sack a couple more with additionally profitable results if we can draw some instants and sorceries with our Facet Reader. We'll get in there with the Chittery McChits. Anticipate possibly digging for land, because it looks like they're a little stuck for land with these nice Theros lands. Not everybody's cup of tea, but when you think of them as constellations rather than Pokemon mana, Pokemon energy I should say, then they start to look a little better. Another Glimmerbell, and another Glimmerbell on their side of the battlefield too. It's a Glimmerbell off. We'll tap a black mana for the Facet Reader, see if we can get an instant or sorcery. We still can't, so what do we pitch here? I think we'll pitch the Glimmerbell and still just go ahead and double mutate the Lore Drakkises to make them sacrifice two creatures, I think. The other option is just to make them sacrifice one creature. by discarding this land. Maybe that's better, because it means one removal spell is less appealing for them. So we can just do it this way. Oh no, because in order to get the sacrifice trigger, of course, we have to mutate here. Is 2 mana to make them sacrifice a creature worthwhile here? I think it possibly isn't. I think we'll just go ahead and attack. I think we get too much value out of the instants and sorceries in our deck and their creatures are just not impactful enough for us to worry about them at this stage. So we'll see if they're willing to throw a Glimmerbell under the bus, so to speak. They are not, so they can take a bit of damage. And like we've discussed, I think in previous videos, the speed at which life disappears in this format can be quite startling. So is that a mutate? It is a mutate. All right, and presumably our Chittering Harvest is getting returned to hand, although I'm not sure about that. Yep, okay. Well, we'll be pleased to deploy it again next turn. We'll block, pass turn, and block the Goriak, taking 5. All right, Chittering Harvester. So now, ironically, we're a little bit stuck for land after discarding 3 land. But that's what happens when you get your creatures bounced, I suppose. So we'll do it this way. Over. And then do we want to hold it up as a blocker? Probably not. I think we'd prefer to just do this and then hold back the Facet Reader as a blocker if we need to. Alright, so they are going fully aggressive. I think I'm going to block here with the Facet Reader because I don't really feel like taking 6. And we've certainly got card advantage. So now we can play out Glimmerbell and then mutate the Lore Drakkises onto the Chittering Harvester. I think we'll do the mutation first. See if it gets bounced. Nope. So we'll go under, get them to sacrifice a creature. And then we'll play out either Glimmerbell or Thieving Otter's nice because they both work well with Archipelago if we can do that next turn. But I think the Thieving Otter is a little nicer. Although it does mean that we die to attack and pump spell. But I think we'll do this. If they've got +3/+3, then so be it. Well, they do. They could have killed us on the backswing. Maybe they've got another one. Nope. Okay, well, don't really know what's going on there. So we go to 2. And now we are really getting punished for the mana issues that we ran into. Yep, so if we had one more land, that would have been GG this game, this turn or last turn. Sad times, indeed. I guess that's what happens when you loot away too much land. And yes, it does look like we're dead here. Unless we can find a way. Well, we probably could have... No, we would have died had we done it that way. Yep. Oh well, I think we'll pass the turn and see if they do want to attack with the team. Yep. Okay. Well, that is the beats sometimes. So possibly a little aggressive with the land discards. But yeah, it's always hard to know that you're not going to draw that sixth land. Because if we're drawing one more land, then that's the top of our curve pretty much. And also, yeah, pouncing Shore Shark obviously clogged up our hand a lot more than it was when we were making the decisions to discard land over relevant creatures. But that's what happens sometimes against tempo decks. So this one's another keep. Will we be as aggressive discarding lands without Facet Reader this time? Who knows? Stay tuned and find out. But we'll certainly be discarding these easy preys, I think. Sooner rather than later. And then hopefully drawing into some sweet Lore Drakkises to recover them. So Thieving Otter certainly getting a workout on both sides of the table here. Yeah, I think we'll play our own. And then chill. Such a wonderful mutate target, Thieving Otter. And certainly goes well with its companion piece in Frostlinks. Given the card there when they were short on mana, possibly questionable. But I think okay in the end. So we can Glimmerbell and then loot / easy prey. I think that's better than playing another Thieving Otter here. And we'll just pass turn. Just being able to chuck the Glimmerbell comfortably in front of the Thieving Otter will hopefully be good for us. So cycling the Sandworm, looks like they are a little stuck for mana. We'll probably cycle our easy prey as well, unless we see a 2-drop here. Interesting. Maybe they've got a Fire Prophecy for our Thieving Otter. But if not, then I'm certainly happy to trade Taking 2 from Frostlinks for us getting in for 2 and drawing a card. So end of turn, we'll cycle this. Is that better than using Facet Reader? No, Facet Reader's ability is just better, isn't it? Because we get the information about what we discard. Okay, ram through, fair enough. And yes, we'll discard easy prey, I think, because we want the 5th land. And we can, in fact, mutate and get back the Thieving Otter the turn after, so that's nice. So we'll say sacrifice a creature. And then we won't attack. And then the following turn, hopefully, we'll be able to mutate again. Interesting. Okay, well, there's a target for easy prey at the very least, or a couple of them. Well, let's see here. I think we'll mutate, get back the Thieving Otter. Does seem good. But also our Glimmerbell has untap. Abilities, which we should consider. So we can also play out Thieving Otter and then keep up untap. I think that sounds maybe better. this turn, and then we can Boneyard Lurker onto the Thieving Otter potentially next turn. So we'll end there. Because yeah, it is, I think Glimmerbell's ability is an easy one to miss on the bottom of a stack, as we saw when our opponent tapped it down a couple of games ago. Well, yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and kill that. It does mean that we have to block their Thieving Otter with our Thieving Otter, but that's okay since we've got the Lurker, I think. Because then they lose one of these two creatures on the backswing. All right. This time around, we can loot first if we want, and then recover something different other than Thieving Otter. So I think that's okay because it helps us find a land a bit better. So we'll loot with this, which is cool because now we can discard the Deadeye, which we're not going to play this turn. We can mutate with the Drakkis. Here. Get back, so underneath, which makes them sacrifice a creature. We get back Easy Prey. And then we still get to get in there. And then we've got Archipelago and Boneyard Lurker, and we can sacrifice this Easy Prey or potentially kill something if they have another low drop. So we can't untap, unfortunately, because of the double blue requirement on the Lore Drakkises, but at least we get a card out of it. Okay, so a couple of mutates here for them, which is going to generate a couple of effects, but we can also Easy Prey the Beast if we want to, and I think we will. So they could draw a card. So we'll go ahead and do that. And now we know that if we draw a land, it's sweet, but we still don't draw the land for the Archipelago. That's unfortunate, but we'll do this nonetheless. There's that land. We can afford to discard the Boot Nipper, I believe. And then we'll just mutate, I think, here. Underneath. We'll see who they sacrifice, and we'll get back that Easy Prey, and then we'll get back the Lurking Deadeye, I think. Yeah, it seems alright. Get in there with the Harvester. And we've got another Easy Prey to deal with their tokens if they do manage to create another beast with the Gnar. Alright, and this does still have that untap ability, which it looks like they may have forgotten about. And we've also got the Slitherwisp to help us draw some more cards with the Deadeye. So this turn, if we tap it down, we can't go ahead and untap. So we might not do that. We might just untap attack and play some other creatures. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So we'll untap, attack, and then they can't block the Thieving Otter, otherwise they die. And we'll hold the Facet Reader back because we might cast Slitherwisp. So they do want to block, that's fine. And then we'll Lurking Deadeye the Heron. And things are looking okay. Alright, Sandworm comes back for more. Down goes the Chittering Harvester. Fair enough. So that's a lot of our value in the bin, unfortunately. What is going on there? Looked like we had some funny display issues. So we can't mutate the Archipelago, but we can play the Slitherwisp at the end of their turn. We can also Facet Reader if we want, potentially get rid of this Easy Prey. We might do that since Slitherwisp is probably the play for us anyway. Oh, that's nice. Gives us a flash spell to play. So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll cast Slitherwisp, I think. Or do we hold? I think we'll hold. We could have also killed the Greater Sandworm with the Facet Reader there, but I think we want to hold off for the Slitherwisp value because drawing that extra card is sweet. So we'll take the 7. No blocks. And obtain this. Hopefully no Essence Scatter. No, but they've got something. Alright, so we might want to loot that away. I think we'll loot here first, will we? No, we might... do we want a Mutual Destruction? Or do we want an Archipelago? I think we want Archipelago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Onto the Slitherwisp. And then we can Mutual Destruction if need be. We can also Facet Reader if need be. Okay, cool. So we just managed to get them. That all worked out pretty well. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with another game shortly to see if we can't manage to take it to 7 wins. I've been Jesse Marshall for The Winning Agenda. As always, comments and feedback welcome in the comments. Cheers.